So I have a recording going, and the reason is we're bringing out a new project today, and so I want them to be able to hear what we talk about today and how we start this. It's another kind of weird week, and it's been a string of weird weeks. We haven't had a normal week forever. It feels like to me, but this week I took some vacation time. As teachers, we get a couple days off that we can use when we have trips and we have things planned. So my daughter and I are going to Florida. We're going to be competing in a big competition for CrossFit. It's something that we like to do together. So I'm actually going to be gone on Wednesday, Friday, and I'll be available through email if you have questions. But those will be 2 asynchronous days. Okay, like maybe we've had a couple of those before where you jump in anytime you want to, as long as it's before. I think I have 11 a.m. as kind of like the cutoff, but you could do it, earlier than we normally have class, or you could do it at the same time. It's kind of up to you. But you come into the Google Classroom. I'll show you this real quick here. So I have attendance forms here. You'll see that they're saved. They're going to come out at 8 a.m. each of those days, Wednesday and Friday. And those will post to the stream. All you have to do is open up the form, and then you just basically sign your name in, you hit submit, and then I know that you were here and you get credit for attendance. And then you don't actually have to work on the project during that class time. You could do it later that night if you have other things going on. That's the cool thing about the asynchronous classes. So both Wednesday and Friday, we're going to be working on our new project, and also into next week as well. I left some time on there because it'll probably take more than 3 or 4 days. So we'll see where we're at with everything. The project this is my favorite one probably of the energy and environment curriculum. I really like this one because you get to do some traveling. You get to check out some new places. You get to just do a little bit of dreaming, I guess. And that's, for a lot of kids, that's really fun. So what I'm going to do today is walk you through this. Okay. And again, on Wednesday, Friday, I won't be here. You just check in, fill out the attendance form, and then you can get ready to work on the project that we're bringing out today. So the project, I'm going to go to the tab here, the classwork. It's called The Vacation. And I'm going to kind of go through this with you here, and then we'll answer questions. We'll get a little start on this today. And here are the instructions. Okay, so picture yourself. You're going on a nice vacation. And if you want to, some kids like to think about going on multiple vacations. So maybe you're going to go to different spots. Okay. Don't worry about the money, the logistics of that. Just imagine you could go on this vacation. Okay. You're going on a nice vacation, maybe even several different vacations if you really want to. Assume you are traveling for a couple of weeks. We are going to take a look at the topics below in regards to places all around the world that you are vacationing at. This will allow us to compare different environments and energy systems with ours here in Rochester area. So I'm going to go to Italy. I'm going to go to Brazil. I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia. I'm going to go wherever I want to go. Okay. And again, I could go 10 different places if I want to, or I could just go to one place and really get to know that place as well. Choose your vacation sites. Try to vacation in countries other than the US. So try to go someplace outside of our borders. Okay. Slide 1 through 10, I have kind of the details for each slide, what the slide is about. And then below that, I have what each slide needs to include, the details as far as the pictures, the bullet points, stuff like that for your research. The first slide, where are you vacationing? So this could just be all about, I'm going to these 4 places, right? And then you have the pictures, you have the information. It could be Italy, and you have a Italy flag. You got some pictures of Italy. You've got like an airplane picture showing that you're flying there. All sorts of things that would be dealing with where you're going to go. Slide 2, what does the environment look like? Use pictures and descriptions. So if I'm going to Italy, I'm going to have to do some research. I'm going to need to look up the country Italy and kind of find out, what does it look like? What are the cities? Maybe I'll pick a certain city that I want to focus on. So I'll have to do, what cities are in Italy? Oh, I like that one, looks awesome. Rome. Cool. I'm going to go to Rome. And then I'll start to Google pictures. I'll start to find out, what is it like in Rome? What are some restaurants in Rome? What kind of things do they do for fun there? What things would they be into that I might enjoy while I'm there? Slide 3, what are the buildings like? Compare and contrast with buildings in our city. So when you look at this city, this Rome, Italy, is it anything like Rochester, or is it completely different? Maybe you take a picture of the Mayo Clinic downtown area, and then you have a picture of Rome, Italy's downtown, so we can see the differences. Slide 4, research the foods they eat. How are they prepared? Do they use microwaves, air fryers, other systems like we do? Or do they have a certain way of cooking and producing their foods that's completely unique to what we do here? So we're looking at kind of, again, comparing and contrasting our city, our methods with the city of Italy, or Rome, Italy in this example. Slide 5, research the vehicles or methods of transportation. Are they driving around the similar vehicles to us? Does it look the same on the roadways? Is it completely unique? Are more people walking? Do they have the same sort of style roads? Like, what can you find out about this? You're going to have to do some good research on this one. Slide 6, research plumbing. This is kind of funny, but basically, like, do they have clean water and toilets like we do? Or do they have, outdoor facilities where they have to go to use the bathroom? Do they need to bring in like bottled water? This could be a tricky one to find. So you'll have to dig deep into that one. Slide 7, research waste management and their garbage services. How do they get rid of trash in their community? That's kind of an interesting one too. Like, we just basically put the trash can outside, somebody takes it, and we move on. Is it the same in this city that you're researching? Slide 8, renewable energy resources. Are they using wind, solar, hydro, different types of renewable energy? Or is it not really something that's focused on in that city? Slide 9, research how they heat and cool their homes or dwellings. Maybe you're going someplace where they don't actually have like a furnace that keeps their house warm. They don't have air conditioning. How do they heat and cool their home or their dwelling? If you're going someplace way out in the wilderness, maybe there aren't houses. Maybe they live in huts or they live in different places of residence. Slide 10, schools. Research what you can find on how their schools are set up for middle-aged school kids. So if you were to go to this city and you were to attend a school, what would it look like? What would it be like? Those are the 10 slides. They're all unique in their own way. And again, they're based on us doing research, going to Google, finding out where we want to go, and then just kind of picking one slide at a time to do a little digging and kind of find out what we can. Maybe we're watching some videos on YouTube that kind of do like tours. Sometimes you can do walking tours. If you go to YouTube and you do walking tour of Las Vegas, it would bring that up and you'd actually be able to, be in the perspective of someone that's carrying a camera, and they would walk down the street slow, and you'd actually get to see what it feels like to walk down the streets of Las Vegas. So you might do that for the country that you pick or the city that you pick. The requirements for each slide: 2 to 3 pictures that help compare and contrast your vacation city to Rochester, Minnesota. 2 to 3 bullet points of information that help describe your point of view. So when you see what their buildings look like compared to Rochester, for example, just tell us a couple things that you're thinking about. Oh my gosh, their buildings are way smaller than the ones in Rochester, or they really don't have any big buildings that I'm seeing. Give us some feedback on that. Each slide of the 10 has to have 2 to 3 pictures, 2 to 3 bullet points. Each slide is worth 10 points. The slide should be numbered, including a title describing what the slide is about. So slide 6, plumbing in Rome, Italy, right? That's my title. Now I'm ready to include my couple bullet points and my couple pictures. What are you thinking about as far as, I've kind of given you the broad overview of this project. Are you going to go to multiple cities on vacation? Are you going to just do one, you think? What are your initial thoughts?
I'm probably just going to do one.
Is there one
a more detailed view of one?
No?
I'm thinking maybe somewhere in Greece.
Oh, okay. Mohammed said maybe 2. Any of you're thinking of specifically, Mohammed? Any places you'd love to go? Not really, not yet. Well, then that's nice too. If you do have no idea, you could just spend today just researching cool cities to go to that are warm, or cool cities where I can snowboard. Pick something that would be just awesome to keep your interest entertained. Layla, where do you think? Where do you think you might go?
I'm not sure.
Braylon, any ideas where you'd like to vacation to? And the nice thing is you don't have to decide
Any ideas,
today.
honey?
What do you think, Braylon?
No. She's not
Nothing
sure
yet?
yet.
Okay.
Not sure.
And this might be good to talk to your parents about and say, hey, I'm taking a vacation for my class, it's energy and environment. I need to learn a bunch of things about this city or this country. Where do you think I should go? And maybe you talk to your parents a little bit and do some brainstorming and kind of see what you can come up with. They might give you some ideas. But I would start with, okay, what do I like? Well, maybe I like living by the ocean. I want to experience that because you're going to be there for a couple weeks in this hypothetical situation. So maybe you pick something that's on water, right? Maybe you go to an island and see what that life would be like. Or maybe you go to a place you've always wondered about just to kind of learn more. Because when you're doing this research, you're going to see lots of pictures. You're going to come up with lots of information from different websites that that have the information we need. So it's 9:28 today. Gives us a little time to kind of get started, and then you can jump back in and kind of ask me questions if you have them. What I'd like you to do today is just make a note to yourself, reminder that on Wednesday, all you have to do is show up at, a time that works for you and just fill out that form in the morning so I can get attendance put in. If you send me an email, I'll try to get back to it as quick as I can. And then, you'll be working Wednesday, Friday on your own, asynchronous. So no live Google Meet on those 2 days. If you see Legend or if you see Selma, let them know. I'll make sure to email them as well. And then next week when we get back together, we'll kind of see where you're at and we'll help and we'll keep working. This does not have to be done in these next 2 days. I have a due date kind of towards the end of the quarter here in about 13 days or so. So plenty of time to work on it. Any other questions before you get to work? I'm excited to see where you're going to travel to. Let me know if you need any help. If you want to leave the Google Meet, you can. Come on back in. If you need any help, I'll be here. If there's anything I can do, let me know. And I'll see you guys next week, unless I see you today when you come in. Cool. I'll try to keep you posted on how things are going for us down there. Jump back in if you need any help, everybody.